work till I ache my bones. At the end of the day, I take home my one day all on my own. I go down my knees and I start to pray till the tears run down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, anybody find me? Somebody, Lord. He was every day. I try, but everybody wants to put me down and say I'm going crazy. They say I got a lot of water in my brain. Oh, they got no common sense. He's got nobody left to believe in. Somebody, anybody find me? Somebody love anybody find me? Someone. I got no feel, I got no rhythm. I just keep losing my beat. I'm alright. He's alright. I ain't gonna face no defeat. Just gotta get out of this prison cell. Someday I'm gonna be free. Wanna hear every single person? See every single pair of hands. 3, 4. Somebody to love. 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 Somebody find me. Somebody find me. Somebody to love. Everybody find me. Somebody to. Come on. Everybody, anyway, everybody found somebody love.
Yeah, that's George Michael and Queen. Can you find me somebody to love? I can, because it's week 18 of the I'd Pipe Sean McVay's fiance watch list.
Wait, we ended that last week. We ended it. You couldn't last the full 17 weeks.
What do you mean?
We ended it. You couldn't last the full season. We ended the piping Sean McVay's
I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even
We
here.
we're not allowed to do it anymore?
No,
We're still allowed to do it because you kind of said you would under your breath.
What?
You did say you would under your breath, but
I said I would what?
pipe Sean McVay's girlfriend.
I've been saying that every week.
Yeah.
Except for last week.
Except for last week.
Except for last week.
It was
It's
week
not-
17.
That's because I couldn't even talk last week.
It's not a girlfriend anymore, too. It's fiance.
All right. Well, we could start this over again if you guys want.
No, this is great. This is a good start.
Coming in hot, baby.
Coming in hot, baby. Everybody, welcome to Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler in Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry for all of your residential contracting needs. Check out MCSinc-PA.com. And Sack is going to get me the phone number for that in just a minute here because I keep forgetting, and I know he has it right in his bag. You guys make sure you rate, review, subscribe to download us on iTunes or Google Play by searching for Green Legion Radio. Also, you can just do the simplest thing, which is download the iHeartRadio app, and you can listen to all 4 shows: Green Legion Radio, Baseball Brunch, Ice to Shorts Winter Sports, and Get Tagged Happy Hour. All of them brought to you by our good friends at Bud Light and our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. And now, Baseball Brunch brought to you by Cherry Hill Triplex, everybody. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit because I know nothing about it, but Sam does. Contact for MCS, all your residential contracting needs.
484-202-3656. Again, that's 484-202-3656.
All right, you guys, we're getting through all of our business first here. Make sure you remember Green Legion Radio is brought to you by our good friends at Bud Light. Stateside vodka and stateside bourbon, premium vodka and bourbon distilled right here in historic Fishtown. The Next Sip. TheNeckSip.com. Yes, choke him out.
No,
please.
I haven't done anything yet.
You walked in.
No, he ended. I would play Sean McVay's fiance. He ended that last week. He deserves
choke
to
him out now.
Everyone was with me on that one.
All the Kavanaugh's restaurants, Kavanaugh's River Deck, Kavanaugh's Head House, Kavanaugh's Rittenhouse, and Kavanaugh's University City at 39th and Sansom. All the beautiful ladies at the Lilas making their way through med and law school. Make sure you get down there and check them out. It's obvious that anytime I'm in there, I need adult supervision. All City Fitness Philadelphia locations.
Awkward.
All City Fitness Philadelphia locations: Logan Square, Graduate Hospital, East Market, Fishtown, and Northern Liberties. And of course, if you're not in the city and you're over the bridge, make sure you check out our friends at Echelon Health and Fitness. It's still Dave and Susie's 5th anniversary birthday month. So congratulations to you guys as well as our good friend Jeff Quinn over there. Bucks County Baseball Company. Got to start talking about that live appearance that we're going to do up there with Murph and Sack for
Sounds
Baseball
great.
Brunch. And, of course, the King of Prussia Diner. You guys, job fair, May 22nd and 23rd. That's Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 128 Town Center Road. They are hiring 90 new team members, full part-time summer jobs. Hiring on the spot for great candidates: busboys, dishwasher service, hostesses, shift managers, bartenders, line cooks, chefs, pizza chefs, bakers, future managers, and executives. I'm going to try to get this right. Les damos la bienvenida a todos los aplicantes hispanos. Durante la feria de trabajo, contaremos con representantes españoles hablantes prestos a atender todas sus preguntas. Vengan y únanse a nuestro equipo.
Oh, man, are we going to have another paddleboarder segment now or something?
No, but I'm going to have one real soon.
You know, I think Sam and Kyle both think that I did a much better job of that read.
It
on
was
Sunday.
Wow, big
fantastic,
time, huh?
actually.
I didn't even know who I was sitting next to.
Big time.
Okay, good.
Big time in the
Big
house.
time in the
Yeah,
house.
there it is. There it is
Big
again.
Oh gosh.
Everybody, we got a lot to get to today. Obviously, we are an Eagles-based radio show, but it's time to give the 76ers some due time, and we are going to talk a lot of
Why the
this
hell are you
show
looking at me?
about.
Because
Yeah, I wish you guys could see the crap that goes on in the room.
The
It's
playful-
hysterical.
the playful banter back and forth because now that one of his teams is in the playoffs and neither yours are really.
Well,
sniffing
And it gets more funny when you have to explain it, Tank. But
To be fair, these are all our teams. It's not
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
all four. We're four.
Yeah,
we're
sure.
five
But if
for
they
five.
choke, just let you know, you're going to hear from me.
cut. Did
Go
it
ahead.
again. I said fuck as well.
Oh,
My goddamn laptop.
Will you stop fucking saying fuck?
I wouldn't say fuck. I would not fucking say fuck. Get out of here, man, before they tear you
I
apart.
swear to God, this is the 30th. The
Oh, baby.
That's crap. I can't believe this keeps happening.
Crap.
All right. Hey, can you guys hear us again?
You're getting on there.
All right.
Yeah, but now my
to our
There
cars.
he is.
It's on the side of the building.
All right,
where
you guys
he doesn't
stop.
have a balcony.
They can all hear us.
everybody quiet. Where were we?
We were just bantering. I would just move on.
What was the banter ending at?
Sixers.
Yeah, Sixers.
About how all my teams suck and
Okay.
And I said that they're all our teams.
Sorry about that, you guys. It's all me. Let me.
Usually
that.
is.
All right, I like that view better.
Yeah, nice.
All right. And yes, everybody's teams suck right now. Just so we know, yours and his and mine, and because nobody's won a championship in 4 years. So
that's correct.
is that what we were going with? Your team suck?
Well, no, he's happy his team is doing well right now.
That is right.
You, Diaz,
Finally.
Diaz.
Especially before
All right,
any
let's-
games
let's
have played.
let's start that over
we can
again.
relitigate it.
Let's start that over again. All right, you guys, that's enough. All right. So Diaz, we got a lot to talk about with Sixers, correct?
That's right, sir.
All right. Well, you're going to give us a big breakdown about the easiest route to the Eastern Conference Finals, 6 best odds to win. There's a whole bunch of things we're going to get into here regarding the Sixers and what we can expect from them and hope to finally see. Maybe get a monkey off our back here.
Oh, God.
We are going to talk some Phillies because actually Hollis and I talked a little bit about last Sunday's game, and I still want to get your take on it. You wouldn't have been able to talk about it on Baseball Brunch yet, but some of the moves that Girardi made on Sunday, just starting that lineup, it was like, okay, Toronto, here's the game.
well, I mean, Girardi can only use what he has available to him, but we'll get to that.
Well, Didi was available.
Didi was not available.
No, they said he was available.
Didi-
right before the game, he was available.
Didi went on the injured list the very next day. Didi wasn't available.
This Sunday.
The only guy that was available off the bench going into Sunday's game was
Tom McCarthy said Didi was available.
Rafael Marchand was the only guy that was supposed to be available off the bench.
Really?
And then Andrew Knapp pulled something in his rib cage before the game, which left you with nobody. And that's when
Right.
Kingery ran into the wall, and then Harper had to go to the game. And
Okay, so we're not talking about this yet.
We're going to get to that.
Thanks, big time.
You're welcome.
Apologies over here from a man, the apologist.
And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about Ryan Kerrigan, Casey Tucker, and Josiah Scott. Is that how you say it?
Josiah.
Josiah?
Yeah, Scott. That was
I
interesting.
mean, Casey Tucker, not really, but Josiah Scott.
Josiah Scott.
And then they bring in another offensive lineman.
That guy, Casey Tucker. But he's been like signed. and cut.
LaRaven.
LaRaven.
Yeah,
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 LaRaven. He was a third round pick in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
His
Great.
first name's LaRaven.
Yeah, his first name was
Makes
LaRaven.
me excited.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yes.
And we're going to talk some road trips right now. But first, Hollis.
What's up?
What happened this week in sports history and what happened this week in Hollis history?
Well, today is May the 22nd, 2021. It's the 142nd day of the year. There's 223 of these puppies remaining. We're going to start right off with events. On May the 20th, 1988, Michael Smith moved into 8th place all time with his 535th home run. Also in 1991, on May 22nd, the NFL owners decided to add 2 teams in 1994. And that was pretty much it for today. I didn't see any birthdays that were worth mentioning. It was all people from other teams that I don't like.
There's no adult film actresses that are available for this.
No, there was no Miss April or May.
And Diaz, are there any adult film actors? that you know about.
Wow. Unsolicited attack on the nation.
Wait, I didn't know.
Yo,
you had
Captain, you got to get up here and defend the nation. What the hell's going on?
I think Captain's running away from that comment.
I didn't know you had to solicit for a tax on you. I didn't know that was a thing. And I kind of want to get into the trips because everybody's been asking me about the trips. So I would love for you to get into the trips because I'm already ready. I'm ready.
We're all ready.
I'm the traveling tank. The armor is ready.
I got one though. I think today is the 1 year anniversary of me making it Facebook official that I was joining the Green Legion crew.
Way to go.
Best mistake you've ever made.
Yes.
I thought you were going somewhere else, but I'm glad you went there.
Yeah.
Well, also he did get promoted.
He did.
Slash got a promotion over
Yes.
there at iHeart. Congratulations.
When?
Well deserved.
Earlier this week.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Moving over to the sales department.
You're welcome.
Dark side.
He's got to move from calf length tube socks to calf length business socks.
Yes.
You're moving over to sales?
Yes.
Are you going to do this for us still?
Yeah.
You almost
I
said
thought
no.
Yeah.
That was the first thing Sack asked too. He's like, "You're still doing Bud Light baseball brunch, right?" I'm like, "Of course."
Yeah, nobody gives a damn about your career, man.
Yeah,
We're just selfish.
there's only one big time in here.
So you're going to start in sales.
yes.
Good. You know what show you can start selling?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. We got
Double dip, baby. Double dip.
I'll
Love it.
start with Bud Light baseball brunch so we can go from an hour and a half of live reads to the full
Correct.
2 hours.
Do I need to shorten the live reads?
Oh, that's
Just a little.
Okay, I'll do it.
They'd like some show with the live reads.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
Sometimes you just have to pay the bills.
Hey,
Let me guess. Are they all in caps lock too?
yes, it's easier to see.
Yeah, it actually is.
Some people on the show aren't 50. They
Well, you don't have to.
Isn't it better if it's in caps like that?
It is, and I don't know if the live reads are bigger
Sam's losing her mind
than
over
the
it.
online store for Bucks County baseball.
But the
The
live
store
reads,
is huge, and
the
website's bigger.
the live reads are on actual stations are in all caps, so you can see them better.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Sorry,
Speaking
Diaz.
of a bigger stage,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. You already know. I mean, you just had to keep busting, right? You couldn't let it ride.
That's what people are listening in for.
Yeah, well, guess what? All of them will be happy to hear.
Because the good news is you're fired.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm fired up about trips. Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. So everybody, Vegas. All right, here's the deal. We all know that tickets for this game are going to be really expensive. All right, that's
Unbelievable.
across the board. Our constituents down in Baltimore with Be More around town, they have the opening day Monday night game, and their tickets are hovering around 800 or 900 for get-ins. So,
well, it's also the first game ever at the stadium with fans, so it's going to be that much of a premium.
So, just consider that going to be the case, even with a mediocre team like the Raiders. All right, the Golden Knights have taken off over Vegas. People there love that team.
Yes.
And they also started off the right way. I don't know how they did it, but that cesspool of players they put together actually,
Is this just a comment on the
God, here we
NHL
go.
in general? That
In general.
an expansion team makes the finals?
Yeah.
That's good, according to some people in the room. That's good for the sport.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm.
It's not. It's not as good.
No, it's good.
I was going to say
It's good for the sport.
Yeah, because the Blues were an expansion team when they made it the first 2 years they were in existence.
Yeah,
Well, it's a pandemic throughout the NHL. You just
can't believe we're
The
talking about
pandemic
hockey.
is the tangents we go on for. So
deepest apology.
let's get back. So just expect that's what's going to take place. We're looking around 600 to 700 for get-ins on this, and because of the Electric Daisy concert, Carnival, Electric Daisy Carnival. What, Sam?
I don't know what that is.
It's an electronic music.
It's a weekend long rave of people across.
It's
the
a
world.
weekend long rave of guineas from New York doing Molly and putting neon all over the place. It's annoying.
With
And
whistles.
do not cut guineas out in any way, shape, or form, because that's what it is. A lot of white pants and sunglasses during the day. It's really at night.
I was about to say.
No. It's
You're
worse.
supposed
than
to wear
that.
sunglasses
Pink,
during the
pink
day.
fluorescent. They have fluorescent feathers, and day glow and fluorescent.
Oh no, hold on. Now the girls that come to this thing are spectacular, but they like the idiot dudes that come to this thing as well. So sorry, you're gonna find my beer drinking ass on the bar burping. I hope you like that. What's up, sweetheart? Nice neon. Brrr.
Did you catch a Birds game today?
and you were going to do that any different if they were there?
Giants suck.
No. We all know what Quimby's going to be doing. He's going to be wearing a green Legion shirt, bathing suit.
Looking for paddle boarders.
Actually, somebody be looking for their mic.
Slides on his phone, pacing in the lobby.
All right, let's talk Vegas. Let's talk
Vegas,
Yeah, let's
baby.
talk Vegas, baby.
All three of your asses are muted now. That's what happens. When they behave, you can take them off.
Okay.
All right, good. So Vegas, because of the nature of the cost, because of the fact that most flights were already taken out of Philadelphia, a lot of the nonstops because of this carnival, flights are expensive as well. It really just did not fall in our favor date-wise. So if you're going to spend the money, we here at the Green Legion thought, all right, look, we get it. Some people aren't going to be able to do that, but that's why we have other trips. And we're going to talk about those too after this one. But if you have the method, if you have the means, and you want to go to Vegas with us, by all means, it is going to be top-notch baller trip.
Ballerific.
Ballerific, man. We're talking charter, a 767 charter, 273 seats on that plane.
Big boy.
And right now, flights, transient flights on American, the nonstops are running about 900 plus. Our charter flight is 750. So
All Birds fans.
all Birds fans, big party. All right. We also have about 400 other flight itineraries, some out of BWI. We have some red eyes that we did get at a small price. Our early bird clients are looking at those right now. But like I told Tank on Monday, Forget Tank Tappy Hour, there's a reason the movie The Hangover was filmed at Caesars. And yes, for anybody that's concerned, that hotel is pager friendly.
And did the real Caesar live here?
No.
So Caesars, just so everybody knows, you are talking about the most Bellagio. You can say is the nicest, upscale place down there, but Caesars is kind of. I say Caesars gives it a run for its money. The reason is that Caesars added just as many towers as the Bellagio had, and that's what it was. Bellagio was new. Caesars has been there for
A long time.
a long time.
Yeah.
But after the Bellagio was built, Caesars added 2 new towers. And, that's almost the same amount of rooms that the Bellagio has in their entire place. It has the biggest sports book in Vegas by far and away. So Saturday afternoon, football, college, park your ass at the sports book.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest. It has more bars and restaurants. We're going to do a bar crawl within Caesar's Palace.
Dear Lord.
And wait till you see how an EAGLES chant sounds like in the forum shops.
Oh my God.
Right.
I'll be
With
a
the
Nike
acoustics.
The echo. It is pretty funny though. Being with Green Legion, all these years, when you see a bridge or some kind of tunnel or some sort of enclosure, you're like, all right, we got to do a chant under here.
Yep.
And
He knows.
as I was telling him about the Jets trip. I wasn't on the trip with you guys, but after we beat the Jets, was going up the a tunnel to back to my truck, and all I heard was EAGLES Eagles, and then the lowly Jets fans like, wait until the season, the Mets are gonna kick your ass.
Oh yeah. Why is it? We'll get into one of these days why you are either a Mets or Yankees fan, a Rangers or Islanders fan, or a Jets or Giants fan. Doesn't make any sense to me. Hometown, I'd root for all of them, but then again, what in New York actually makes sense? LOL. So
Hey, maybe Philly can get the A's back. They're looking to relocate.
yeah. Moneyball's been on all week. But in addition to it also being one of the nicest, most exclusive.
The renovations. Don't forget about the renovation, baby.
Well, you jump jump in front of me all the time. If you're gonna hip check somebody, hip check that idiot sitting next to you.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Come on.
Caesar's Pool, baby. All right, Caesar's Pool. That's all I have to say. That's where our tailgate's going to be. It just look up Caesar's Pool. If you haven't seen the photos on the website, on the trips page, trips.greenlegion.com, just look at it there. It's phenomenal. There's going to be a live video being loaded tomorrow of my personal video at the pool when I was having my sales walk, and you guys you're gonna love it. It is by far and away the best pool in Vegas, without question. David Harris, New York teams all suck. We agree, sir. So, since it is a little bit more pricey than normal, this is just kind of under London trip costs, to be honest with you. But it is 4 nights and 5 days. You had 6 nights in London. All right, and I get it, but there's so much more stuff to do in Vegas than there is in London. I mean, you can only
so much trouble.
You can only look at so many stupid monuments and go smack one of the color guard in the face and see if they move. There's only so much of that you can do in Vegas. Hell, you can go on a motion simulator ride, baby. That's fun.
Wait
and help toss your cookies in the morning.
It's a motion simulator ride. Oh,
they have that at the Luxor.
Is that out near the Playboy Ranch? I was asking for a friend.
Okay.
We know
it's hosted by Ron Jeremy.
We know where Tank will be. We know where Tank will be out there.
Yeah.
Well, whatever do you mean?
Well, everyone's been looking through that. Their market prices, we got good deals. It's going to be a great party.
We beat Caesars up. Trust me, for the price that we have. All right, their published rate right now is $800 a night on Saturday.
Ridiculous, and it's because of the stupid EDC thing.
Yeah, but so all I have to say is, I promise you, if you go on that trip, you will not regret the money you spend. Promise you that. So before we get into another one, we have to have Tank interrupt me again.
I was just going to ask about another trip, but go ahead.
We only have a couple minutes left.
It's so funny.
Could you imagine this? Like, you got the regular idiots that go to Vegas. You've got Eagles fans. You've got Raiders fans. And you've got this
Ravers.
EDC raver convention thing going on. This place is going to be bedlam. If they didn't burn that thing down in The Hangover, it sure as hell is going to burn down that weekend. No doubt about it.
I feel bad for emergency room people there, because all these ravers are going to see Raiders and Eagles fans, and they're going to freak out. They're going to have bad trips. They're going to be all over the place.
Oh, I cannot wait to wreck their good time.
Oh, dear Lord.
Bad trips in more than one way.
I know, exactly.
That's what I meant. Like, well, I'm tripping hard.
Give them a cheeseburger.
They won't have eaten in 3 days. I didn't say it.
You were close. You were close.
I was good, right?
You were close.
I pulled back.
Yes, you did. Way to go.
Yay. Sorry. And apologize last week, everybody. I was not in a good state of mind. In other words, I was a train wreck alcoholic. And even at 50 years old, just like I am at Delilah's, it proves anywhere I go, I need adult supervision.
Hey, Diaz did a great job.
He did.
Oh,
He did a great,
fantastic.
He did
brother.
a great job last week. We listened to the whole show on our way up to my mother-in-law's, and someone dropped an F-bomb near the end of the show, and I called up Slash like immediately. I'm like, "Yo, you got to make sure." He's like, "I didn't hear anything." And then he hits me up the next day. He's like, "Yeah, man, you got that."
He was asking you after the show, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't hear any. I wasn't hearing."
I don't know if it was Rexy in the background, just like,
I think it was Rexy, just like a fadeaway F-bomb.
Yeah.
Hey, Louise, don't go anywhere. We have some stuff to talk about with you at the top of the hour when we have our kick-ass or jackass segment. Yes.
You already know the answer. You already know.
Jay Vagnetti, we are voting that Aunt Lynn will end up with a tiger in her room. Oh, that's fantastic.
I think we're gonna have to ask Diaz to put on some pants. And I don't see why we have to ask you twice either.
What the hell's going on?
I'm not sure I had to ask you twice.
I'm not sure I have to ask twice. But
Let's go over one other trip. Atlanta, Dirty South, hot. Don't go. I want to cancel the trip. There you go.
Hot as hell in the beginning of September.
we thought about doing that one because the Braves are in town that weekend too. So
Not the Phillies.
The Braves are in town in Atlanta?
Well, they're in town. They're not on the road. They're playing
Say
the
it
Marlins.
isn't so.
I could go to Truist Park and knock that off my list, but I got baseball brunch on Sunday. It's not
Herbert,
happening.
no.
It's not happening. It's not
There was a
happening.
hurricane last time we were in Atlanta that early. Remember, shut out the electricity. The whole city was dark.
oh yeah,
Was that-
I don't remember this.
No,
Yeah, we were at a pizza.
Oh, Rocky
Right,
Mountain
Rocky
Pizza.
Mountain
That
Pizza.
power went out forever.
forever.
Yeah.
I was sweating like it was. Oh, sorry.
It's kind of like that night in Costa Rica with the paddleboarder and Lido.
Ah, yes.
I don't know where you keep going with this.
I just work here. I don't know.
We honestly don't need you. We can just use Murph. All right, you guys. Green Legion Radio, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports the Gambler Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry, MCSinc-PA.com. We'll be back with more trips and Sixers talk on the next flip.
When the boys get young, it's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock, wanna get a belly full of beer. My old man's a drunk about a barrel full of monkeys, and my old lady, she don't care. My sister looks cute in her braces and boots, a handful of grease in her hair. Oh, don't give us none of your aggravation. We had your baby, that's our plan. Oh, Saturday night's all right for Friday. Get a little action in. Get a bottle started at the diesel train. Gonna set this dance tonight. Saturday night's the night I like. Saturday night's all right, all right, all right. Tight in here tonight. I'm looking for a dollar to see me right. I can use a little muscle to get what I need. I can sing a little drink and shout out, she's with me. I come along the sounds that I really like. I'm the sounds of a switchblade and a motorbike. I'm the juvenile product of the working class, which Miss Random clothes and the bottom of a glass. Oh, Saturday night's all right for Friday. Get a little action in. Get a bottle started at the diesel train. Gonna set the dance alright. Saturday night's the night I like. Saturday night's all right, all right, all Saturday night's the night I like. Saturday night's all right, all right, all right. do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze?
Man, I don't like this version. It's too short. Hold on, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get a better one here. No, maybe not.
What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mauling zebras or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit? Don't you worry your pretty striped head. We're gonna get you back to Tyson and your cozy tiger bed. And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug. But if he's been murdered by crystal meth tweakers, well, then we're shit out of luck.
Caesar's Palace, everybody. Our little tribute to Caesar's Palace and Aunt Lynn with a tiger. So, yeah, I don't want to keep talking about Caesars and the Vegas Strip. I'm sorry, Bud Light, Green Legion Radio, here on Fox Sports The Gambler. Brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. I am going to fumble that every time. It's tough. It's tough to get through.
It's all good.
But we'll get it.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
And, yeah, I don't want to keep talking about Vegas. It's a fantastic trip. The description's up there. You should read through it. There are some different elements about the trip that we are working with and we have not in the past, like our possible ticket surcharge. Brian Walton, hey, Quimby, can we get a real tiger in our room and a Green Legion package? Sure. I promise you she only costs about $800 an hour. She'll dress up however you want, sir. However you want.
Isn't that labeled a cougar?
Right?
Does she dress up?
I wish I'd have thought of that.
For 800.
No, Brian, we can't promise you any tigers, but we can certainly bring a cougar in there for you. Where's the Penn State roar? Damn, why do I not have that up there?
How do you know she'll dress whatever you want? Did she dress up like Alex Singleton for you?
No.
No, Nate Gary.
Wow. That's it. Now, see, this is why everybody on the feed is asking me to truck you.
You don't want her to look like Jordan Mailata, for heaven's sake.
Oh, God. Maybe that's what you like. Maybe, he's not a bear.
Hey, Q, David, if Brian Walden is like choke Diaz.
Please.
He's right there.
Everybody choking.
Nobody's looking.
We could all just get up and beat the snot out of you, dude. It'd be great. Well, I'll come over our tables, just go right at you.
Let's get Sixers talk in first.
Well, let's do this. I do want to talk about a couple other trips.
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
some things that we're doing same and things that we're doing different on a couple other trips. Denver, we're staying at the Westin, beautiful hotel in Lodo. Our official headquarters is Jackson's, baby. Jackson's Lodo, directly across the street from Coors Field. It's about a mile and a quarter from not Mile High. It's Empower.
Yeah, they changed it. It used to be Sports Authority Field. It used to be.
Invesco Field.
It is now
At Mile High. It's always something.
Yeah, it's always at Mile High.
Hold on. Empower Field at Mile High.
There you go.
Yeah, with the times, baby. Empower. Keep empowering this administration to
there's a
raise gas
dentist nearby.
prices. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. But Jackson's Lodo. So we're going to have our tailgate at Jackson's. There's no real place to tailgate down at Denver Stadium, down at Empower Field. And we're going to get shuttled back and forth from there, which is fantastic. So great spot. Lodo's a great town. Denver, for all you heads out there, come on in. Go ahead, baby. Smoke all you want. Smoke all you want.
That was going to be my backup trip to Vegas. And now we're going to have to look at the Dominican. That's what we're going to have to look to do.
Why?
Well, Vegas is a week before we go to Disney with the kids, and then Denver is a week after we get back from Disney.
I am really tired of your kids and your wife getting involved in our radio show.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's big time.
And our
big
time.
He's our meal ticket. Gotta be cool to it, man. Big time over there.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
kids.
Sure, she's listening right now.
She's
More than
not.
likely.
But
She was on.
so Denver's going to be a blast. Carolina, Carolina's a lot of the same for us. The Epicenter, the Omni, everything's right there. Epicenter is going through a little revitalization right now. They had some issues with the bank during COVID, but everything is starting to come back. So by the time that we get there in October, everything should be back to normal. Ink and Ivy, great tailgate spot on the way from our hotel to the Panther Stadium, which I don't know what the hell that name is either.
God, Bank of America.
Bank of America,
Yeah, Bank of
yeah.
America. Yeah,
Yeah, I played there.
Yeah.
I was trashed.
And
Yeah.
so Ink and Ivy, we're going to own the balcony for our tailgate. It holds about 500 people. So get in, get done, because after that, we won't be able to take any more. Then there's Dallas. And this is a great trip for us to talk about because, well, we've been going to Addison since 2005. All right. We stayed at the Intercontinental in Addison in 2005 after we left the Westin in 2004.
That was great. It was an ice skating rink.
Yeah, that's all we needed. All right.
Yeah, I got on there at 2 a.m.
But Addison was always a great spot for us, and it still is. However, we've been there for 15 straight years, and it was just time to make a trip that we go to every year that has so much different things to offer, a different trip. And that's what we've done. So as you've been with us on the Dallas trip and we're driving into Arlington, going into AT&T Stadium, you're on Route 30 coming up from I forget what the other road is, coming up from Addison. And you see Hurricane Harbor Water Park on the right, Six Flags Over Texas on the left. Now you have Texas Live, sister property to Xfinity Live, right there. And as I'm driving in every time, I'm going, you know what? You are just a lazy piece of crap for not going in here and looking and seeing. This is a great weekend, man. I don't care what age you are. Roller coasters are freaking roller coaster.
You damn
man.
right they are.
And they're getting bigger and better all the time.
Yes, they are.
So, and a water park? Please. Lazy river me with a beer, baby, and I'm good to go.
I don't think you can do that at Hurricane Harbor, but you sure as hell will try.
Well, hey, they don't know what's in the
silver in the water bottle.
Yeah. So we made a change, and we had a couple of opportunities to use the Hilton Arlington, which is a pretty nice hotel, but we went with the Sheraton, which is 3.5, 3.7 stars. So it's not complete high end, but it's a Sheraton. It's a good property. And as a result of that location, you can walk to Six Flags Over Texas. You can walk to Hurricane Harbor. You can walk to Texas Live. You can walk to Boiling Tails Company, which is where our tailgate is. You can walk to AT&T Stadium. You can walk back from AT&T Stadium. So everything that we can do in a weekend is right there, man. It's right there. And don't have to wait for an Uber. Don't have to load buses. Don't have to listen to me yelling, screaming, loud whistles.
I'm sure you'll be yelling and screaming.
Shut up, Diaz.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
And with Ticket Source, our ticket source down in Dallas, we're in good position. We're in a very good position for our package there, and it's priced $1,200 a person with flights. It's great. It's a great package for us. So if you're looking for a fun trip, and keep in mind this game is September 27th. Right, the end of September is by far and away the best weather weeks that Dallas has to offer. Average temperature 84 degrees.
It's gonna be a lot of jorts down there. A lot of jorts.
What?
Every time
shorts. Every single time.
Jorts.
Yeah, jorts. Every single time I see a Dallas Cowboy fan on the television, you watch like an early season game in Dallas, they're all wearing their jorts. It just seems like
they're down to like their ankles.
Yeah, seriously. It's like you're better off
But
wearing jeans.
when we're at the Dallas game, Diaz is doing nothing except looking on the big screen for the Cowboys. That are
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's unnecessary and unprovoked, and I will not have it.
What's with you in the sensitivity today?
Yeah.
I'm going for broke tonight.
No, he's real sensitive.
I couldn't say a damn thing last week literally and physically.
Diaz, you did a great job hosting for me. And guess what? I'm going to continue to bash you with innuendos all night long.
Hold on. I just want to say I stayed at that Sheridan and it was perfect. 2
Oh,
seasons
okay,
ago,
good.
and it was awesome.
Good.
Great story.
You know what's even more awesome? When you get in front of that microphone.
I am in front of the
Pull it
microphone.
towards you.
I don't want to touch it because then I can't type at the same time.
Okay. All right.
That's what she said.
Yeah, what goes on in your
Giggity.
office?
So anyway, Dallas should definitely be a trip that everybody considers this year. Whether or not you're going to Vegas, it's a different landscape. It is an entirely different trip. Not a single thing will look the same about that trip other than being in the stadium. So, or game day. When we're at our combined Dallas Cowboy tailgate, which, by the way, I've had one idiot over the year really give me a lot of grief about having a joint tailgate with Cowboys fans. Let me tell you something. Cowboys fans in Texas are great people.
They are.
Cowboys fans in Philadelphia are a bunch of asses. All right. That's the difference.
True story.
All right. People in Texas are the most accommodating. All right. The good Cowboys fans. Now, here's the other part. If you had a tailgate in the lot, the people that are in the lot, Jerry Jones hasn't been doing background checks on a lot of his season ticket holders. All right. So
he doesn't do them on his own players.
Yeah, right.
True. Good point.
True story.
It's a good one.
So what we've found the tailgate where we have it's a Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate. It's Eddie Dean's Barbecue, which ask the tank about the food.
Delicious, tender, and delicious.
Yeah, it's the best.
Talking about food,
and we have been working with Eddie Dean's. We've been working with Eddie Dean's Barbecue since 2004.
Delicious.
Every tailgate that we've had in Dallas has been an Eddie Dean's tailgate since 2004, and that is where they are. We will follow him to World's End. Eddie's a fantastic guy. And anyway, so fact of the matter is, the Cowboys fans that are in this tailgate, because it's not a cheap tailgate, all right, beautiful people. And guess what? You guys bitch about that. Some of you could use all the help you can get meeting women.
Who was the dude you met? Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page.
DDP is the
DDP.
best, man.
Yeah, I was there with him.
Yo, DDP look a little
Little
lot of tread off that tire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man!
Yeah.
Like when he hit it big in the late '90s, he was already like in his mid 40s. Like,
Yeah.
But like, dude, I've done DDP yoga, and he's in fantastic shape.
So
He's awesome, dude.
You're a diamond cutter.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. That was my favorite go-to finisher.
So the other part about that, as you guys know, anytime we have a tailgate, we have it secured by our boys in blue, and that tailgate is very secure.
Very.
And there's a feeling of security and being safe and having a good time at the same time. All while outside of that particular area, you got a bunch of felons and misdemeanors waiting to happen. So
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Well, it's to help you out a little bit. It was my first time being at a tailgate and an away Dallas game. Me being an avid Dallas hater. And they gave me the mic, unfortunately. And,
oh my God!
Oh God!
They all shut up.
It got downright
It got downright
angry.
Yeah, angry. The guy was.
Get ready, Slash.
But I'm not gonna say the obscenities. But it was kind of funny with them. I made sure that they knew that we were 800 strong there. We were 800 plus strong there. Eagles chant and the whole shebang, and I let them know the whole thing. But I will say some of the Dallas fans that were from there, they were cool. Everybody
Very cool.
Yeah, they was very cool. Even though they were asking me for pictures, I was like, I'm an Eagle. I don't take pictures with Dallas fans. and most of them obliged. And one guy, I did take a picture with one guy because he allowed me to choke them. Sound familiar? So
a precursor to the top of the hour, DS.
But it was as he said, it was secure and it was a great time. And I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, thank you. It is. So Dallas actually probably tied for second best trip of the year this year with Denver. Just the experience and weather. November in Denver, shoulder season. It could be 80 degrees. It could be 18 degrees.
I got a buddy out there, and when I saw the schedule, I was like, let me guess. This is going to be completely unpredictable. He's like, yep. It could be a day like today. It could be sunny. You're wearing shorts. And then the next day, there's 2 feet of snow.
Yeah. So,
but still come.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it's still Denver. It's still
Denver. That's
it's,
a great
it's
city.
It's still another stadium to check off your bucket list. All right?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see Nickelback at Red Rocks.
Why do you think I'm a huge Nickelback supporter?
But we've seen the tweets, Kyle.
No,
We've seen the
that's
tweets.
Jansen that does that.
That's Jansen. I can't believe I have to say this, but you got to get closer to your mic.
No,
Here we go.
Come on.
Damn, you always keep your mouth here when you have to be down here. You got to raise.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
All right. Hey, this is what you guys want. This is what you guys get.
Yeah.
That's it.
Leo gets.
Diaz, back away from your mic.
And now
Back away
that-
from your mic, Diaz.
He could not understand what a foot is.
6 inches.
Well, yeah. He's been asking Abby for that description for a while.
Guys, I'm hearing fingernails tapping on the ground on the table, please.
And it's not even in this room.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's you, Slash.
Can you
It's
hear that fan spinning?
Gee, way to let the rails go. And this show's already down the tubes, everybody. We haven't talked about a single Philadelphia sports team yet, but we're going to do this. We're going to take another break here, come back for a segment before the top of the hour. And when we come back, there are no more trips to discuss. We're only talking about the road trip that the Philadelphia 76ers are going to take to the finals this year. So you guys would come back on Bud Light Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports The Gambler, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry right after this.
I met you on somebody's island. You thought you had known me before. I brought you a crate on fire. They waited all night by your door. You probably wouldn't remember. I probably couldn't forget. Jungle love in the surf and the pouring rain. Everything's better when wet. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. But maybe you live in the jungle. I never see you alone. But we need some definite answers. So I thought I would write you a note. The question to everyone's answer is usually asked from within. But the burns and the rain and the truth they contain are written right on your skin. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. You treat me like I was your ocean. You swim in my blood when it's warm. My cycle's a circular motion. Protect you and keep you from harm. You live in a world of illusion. Everything's peaches and green. We all face a scarlet conclusion. But we spend our time in a dream. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy, crazy. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy, crazy. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy, crazy. Jungle love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy.
Hey, Diaz, you figure Alani's interview. She wants to take a trip with you for the Sixers.
Yeah, we're all professionals here on Green Legion Radio. Bud Light Green Legion Radio. Who was the idiot that spoke up first?
It was me.
You jackass.
Music gets cut
Hey,
anyway.
big time.
I confess. It was me.
He just started talking. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
All right, side chatter. Let's get rid of that for now.
Side chat.
All right, you guys. So it's time to talk a little 76ers. I got one thing I want to say, Diaz, before I throw the show over to you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Good call.
And it's very simple. Our baseball brunch, Bud Light baseball brunch at Xfinity Live on the patio of 1100 Social, facing Citizens Bank Park with Greg Murphy and Chris Sack, is now also your 76ers pregame playoff brunch.
Tailgate.
I knew I could get it out. You guys are all going to help me. So if you're going down to see the 76ers, that game starts at 1 o'clock as well, right?
That's
1 o'clock.
perfect.
2 1 o'clock games. Our tailgate starts at 8,
9
9
to 1.
9 to 1. There it is. Thank God.
What?
Dear Lord.
I got you, baby. I got you.
Yeah. Sam's losing her mind over here today.
I don't even see her on the
phone
camera.
is on the ground.
Her phone just dropped.
What is going on over here?
So we have not only our baseball tailgate, but our 76ers tailgate. And we would encourage you guys, even if you're not going into the game.
10,000 fans.
Yeah.
10,000 fans for the Sixers.
That's
Good.
not bad.
We're going to have a full house by our next Bud Light Baseball Brunch tailgate in June.
June 13th against the New York stinking Yankees.
Yes, sir.
But everybody, make sure you go to greenlegion.com to sign up for that. Diaz, you have as much time as you need. We have a short segment here, so make sure we roll this into the top of the hour, and let's start talking Sixers, baby.
Let's talk Sixers. Two things up front. The first thing is, if we're playing the Yankees that day, there's a good chance if the Sixers win the first
don't do
round,
it
they
to
play
me.
the Knicks, the LOL Knicks in the second round.
Actually, that might be the Eastern Conference Finals by that point. We might be playing the
they
Nets.
don't reseed. They don't reseed.
I know that, but we might be playing the Nets. I mean, that's 3 or 4 weeks away.
Nah, that'd be the second round still. But anyway. The other thing is when we went out of the last break, Quimby said the other road trip, the Sixers playoff run. Let me say this: there will be no road trip. It runs through Philly all the way to the finals. So
I'm talking about the road.
I understand that, but I just
Trip.
want to make sure everyone knows that they were the number 1 seed in the
Well,
conference.
no, I mean, we could be playing. We're going to be. They're going to have to win on the road.
Yeah, I know. But we got
So-
every game 7's at home.
You know what? And to be honest with you, the Green Legion will very much consider a road trip if the Sixers make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. 100% will consider running a road trip for that. So be prepared.
Yeah, or how about a second round road trip up to MSG? That would be pretty
Yep.
solid. That's nice. But there's a whole lot to talk about. I don't know if we want to talk about our predictions or what's going on, who they
Predictions.
play. We are recording, as everyone knows, we're recording on Thursday, May 20th. The play-in, I don't know what you call it, champion final game is on tonight.
Starts in an hour.
So we don't know if the Sixers are going to be facing Washington or Indiana.
Who's pitching tonight?
Vinny Velasquez.
He's been playing well.
Yeah.
He has been pitching very well.
Sorry.
2.84 ERA in his last 5 starts.
I'm just trying to determine whether or not I'm placing an over or an under bet on the total runs.
I'm sorry. Go for it, Diaz.
Yeah. So in the Sixers segment here, we're not sure if they're playing Washington or Indiana left. I'd rather face Washington. I know they got Beal and Westbrook. Beal's a little banged up, but Indiana's just
They're a
a
thorn in our
nuisance.
side.
Jessica?
Yeah.
So I don't know who you guys would rather face. Face Washington. I'm not afraid of them. They got blown out by Boston, who is just like throwing away the season.
Blown.
Yeah, they suck.
Emphasize that.
Giggity.
So I'd rather face Washington. They're playing at home. We'll see what happens on Sunday. They do have the easiest path to the finals.
As they should.
That's the narrative going on. They do. Teams like Milwaukee, the 3rd seed, has to play Miami in the first round. Our good friend Luis will be at that game, and when they are down by 15 with 3 minutes left, we'll be leaving.
Wear
the
your
game
pink.
because they're such hardcore fans down there in Miami. And then if they win that, then they have to play Brooklyn in the second round. And the Sixers, most likely, first round, Washington, Indiana, they got that. Second round, they would be playing the winner of the Atlanta Knicks series, which, man, I would love to play the Knicks and sweep them. I would love. I know that is a stupid thing to say, but it would be so good. I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks fans. They are ridiculous. They had a parade because they hit 500 earlier in the season. It wasn't a real parade, but everyone saw the clips online.
Yeah.
Celebrating outside of MSG. Like, you guys are 19-19. You know, I mean, it's good.
Plus, Quimby doesn't want to run a second round trip to Atlanta. He doesn't even want to do that week 1 for the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
God, Atlanta in
Oh,
June.
my God.
Good. No way. How about that, Atlanta in June? What do
Are
you
you
say?
crying, Quinley?
No.
Perfect.
So
I'm trying to find the clip from Family Guy. Nick suck, Yankee suck, Jets suck.
Yeah. So before this all starts, you know, I want
Leafers.
I know Hollis's opinion, or I can guess it, but like honestly, without like talking about the stupid process and all that, like, is this a championship or bust year? Anything less than a championship it's not a disappointment, but a failure.
I have something to say to that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a championship or bust year. I still don't think they have the horses. If they make it to the NBA championship, it's success. Obviously you get that far and you don't get over the hump, you're going to be pissed off, but I just don't think they have the horses. I still don't think Ben Simmons is the key to what you need here. He's playing well enough that you can get some trade value for him, and that's the first thing I'd be doing when this season's over.
If they don't win it all, if they win it all, you're going to want to keep him.
Of course,
yeah.
Tobias Harris is still the worst signing at the max.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You cannot. All right, a max player contract is a guy who you can say, "Here's the ball, take over the game." He is not that guy.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you wrong, but when you look at some of the max players that we've got out there, you know what I'm saying? Like good players, but on the same level. Milwaukee this year just signed Drew Holiday. Great player.
Agreed.
But he's not the 10th best player in the league.
Agreed. But they also didn't have the two foundation pieces to add one more that could get him over the hump. Tobias Harris was not that piece.
Yeah.
I think it was a waste. I think they looked at it like, okay, we're making this run right now. We get past Toronto and we have a shot. All right. But
I agree.
I think they should have waited.
I'm with you. Well, I think a lot of people.
Not that you could wait. I mean, you have to keep the salary cap.
I think a lot of people were like, some people. I was like, hey man, that sounds like it's a lot for Tobias Harris. He's a good player. Like if Tobias Harris was getting paid $21 million, he would be a steal. But he's paying $34 million. And you have to take that into account because that's how you build your team. But he is having a great year this year.
Oh god,
he is having
He's
a
still
great
not
year.
a guy that you can give the ball to and say take over the game. And that's what you need out of that max contract player if you're going to win a championship.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying. But as far as look at the listing of max, you're going to be surprised if you look at.
I believe you. I believe you. No, there's plenty of people in the NBA that are overpaid.
Yeah, Kevin Love is like the fifth highest paid player in the game right now. The guys that are the best players in the game, other than LeBron, are probably lower than some of the guys you wouldn't think.
Real quick before I give my point on the Sixers, did you bet the Phillies with Velasquez on the mound?
No,
because they just scratched Velasquez.
They just scratched.
Yeah,
and the whole game is scratched. It's off the board.
David Hale is warming up in the bullpen.
Take the over. Should have done it earlier.
Take the over.
All right, this is great.
My opinion here on the Sixers, and listen, I don't think it's finals or championship or bust. Okay, to me, if they get to these,
not even finals.
No, if they get to these conference finals and they lose a 6 or 7
to the Nets,
or listen, I'm not going to be happy about it at the time that it does happen. But like they've been to one Eastern Conference Finals since 1985. 1985. I mean, that's unacceptable for a franchise such as the Sixers. You know, in my lifetime. In my lifetime. Okay, one time. And so I would like to see them get over the hump. I want to see them get into the Eastern Conference Finals, and I want to see them push the Nets to the max. Would I love to see a banner go up for the Eastern Conference champions? Absolutely, and I think they would have a great shot, whoever does come out of the West, to win it all. But they have to get through the Nets, and if they're all healthy, that's a tough go.
Oh, I was just going to say I have some history of these number one seeds too
that we'll get to when we come back at the top of the hour.
Fantastic tease. Great job.
There we go. Ow! We're learning how to do this as we go, everybody.
This is a real pro show.
Learning on the fly, baby.
Yes, more Sixers and those odds and
kick ass or jackass.
Kick ass or jackass.
And some
when we
Phillies
come back.
talk, too.
Yeah, we got plenty coming up. And David Hale on the mound tonight.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh God!
All right, everybody. Bud Light Green Legion Radio, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry on Fox Sports The Gambler here in Philadelphia. Back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing you. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing you.
$65.25 Parkline Drive. And like always, I'm kicking it live. Gonna call the fellas to see if they is with this. Gonna get down with the sound of big breakfast. Start up the day with some Bob Marley. Back to the woods for that fresh parlay. Maybe even spark a little Nicky J. And then it's off to Center City in the fastest way. Cause if you gotta get downtown real quick, then the only way to go is I-76. Unless of course you wanna take that scenic view, then the East or West River Drive is right for you. But if you ain't got any time to lose, put the pedal to the metal for that voyage cruise. And get on down to I-76. Cause in 1996 ain't no tricks in the mix.
Back in 1982, man, it was real cool in school. If we got good grades, like straight up A's, our parents would take us to a 76 game.
I got my game and there ain't no shame.
Big shots of Mo Cheeks and Moses Malone. Julius Erving, Carl Phileas Home, Bobby Jones, Darryl Dawkins, and Tony Tinkins Freeze. Rocky Balboa come from South Philly. But if you want to make it on time to the show, there's only one road that you really have to know. So get to Fishtown without all that jive. I suggest that you drive on I-95. Want to get downtown but feeling the fix? Get on that road they call 676. The most expensive piece of interstate they ever made. The fellas ain't famous, but they got good game.
Getting on 76ers. Travel by Lee, this Larry Bird. Get it lost, 76ers. Travel by Lee, this Larry Bird.
Shoots the middleman now disguised as the jewel. The Valentine smile to the Catman floor. Now the leather seats, the 76 getting nice Cadillac. DBL Christopher pulled the heist expressway expression. So the pop is pressing up another piece of baby. You painted session, guessing the answer to the question. All the Philly fellas living life is our profession. Destined to escape our Las Spector, our wilderness. Yeah, prep Jetable. Friday night rap Broncos and pepper shakers in the city. I start up show I the skyscraper. Well the root. Man, it's I-76. I'm checking out a Cuba singer, Davy Quickness. Lily of the Valley, love a lingam every day. I'm giving praise from High Hill Juice to Philly.
Cause if you gotta get downtown real quick, then the only way to go is I-76. Unless of course you wanna take that scenic view, then the East or West River Drive is right for you. But homes you ain't got any time to lose. Put the pedal to the metal for the voyage group. And get on down to I-76. Cause in 1996 ain't no tricks in the mix.
It ain't no 76ers. Traveled by me, this Larry Bird. Getting on 76ers. Dr. J. Moses Malone. Getting on 76ers. Jerry Stackhouse. And Anderson.
Yo, man, take it down here. Let's go past all this going, just cruise in, man. Yo, turn to 90.1, man. Let's get some sunshine. Man, shoot it. LBI game, man. LBI.
All right, Bud Light Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports The Gambler Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. For all of your residential contractor needs, make sure you go to mcsinc-pa.com or call the office at
484-202-3656.
one more time, please.
484-202-3656.
Mention the Green Legion for 10% off of any order. That could be in addition to your house. 10% is a big number when it comes to this type of
10% off a new kitchen.
10% off a new kitchen. You guys pay attention here. Green Legion Radio. All right, do it. So, Diaz, we're going to get more into the NBA and the 76ers and their chances. But first, it's time for another segment of Kick Ass or Jackass.
Nice. We haven't had one. We didn't get one last week.
No, because I was a train wreck.
And that's different from any other week.
Train wrecker. Or train wreck.
Okay. Train wreck.
Trainee or wreck.
Completely derailed. Usually, I am a speeding train. I was derailed last week.
Completely.
Sam even said, like, in the middle of the show, Quimby, you need to go to bed. you know, it's bad. So, kick ass or jackass. This is all NBA, an NBA playoff elements or
I like it. We
went
were
over this. Diaz and I did this
before the show. We're like, what should we do? I'm like, oh man, we can talk about like Eagle minicamp. We can talk about the NBA playoffs. Or like NBA playoffs. Like what? I think we got a good list here.
I think we have a really good list.
NBA playoff moments, fantastic.
So, Paul Pierce being wheeled out, claiming an injury when he just pooped himself.
Wow.
I think that's kick-ass. I want to have that treatment in case I have an accident.
Could you only imagine Diaz if you had a wheelchair?
Oh,
at the Fiona Apple concert.
I would have married that girl.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh God, Paul Pierce is a jackass for that, and it's like LeBron the one year in San Antonio when he had a meltdown, the air conditioning in the building, and he got dehydrated. Jackass on all counts.
Sam, you participating tonight?
No, she's not.
I am going to say kick ass. It lives on. No one's really sure what happened. He said he was cramped up and couldn't walk, but no one saw the bottom of his trousers. I remember I was watching that game live, and he came back like 5 minutes later. We're like, what the hell? I thought he was wheelchaired off. That's a pretty big injury.
Well,
no, I don't know. I say kick ass.
I'm going to say jackass because mainly because I seen this happen at the beginning when I was playing for the Saints. We called a zone pressure, and rest his soul, Will Smith dropped back into coverage and hit Bainbridge, the tight end from the Carolina Panthers, and they happened to be wearing white trousers. When Will Smith hit him, he went back to the huddle, and all we saw was Doodoo Brown.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Will Smith.
Luis Dominguez Jr., the truth charts.
Oh, we'll get to you, Louise. You stick around for this.
The truth charts.
I saw it. That's great.
Yeah.
So creative.
I actually think there's been a few times where I've, had to figure out a situation. If I had a wheelchair and could have gotten wheeled out, hell yeah, kick ass.
Let me say this in the middle of this, Louise. I hope you're going to Vegas. I'm going to drink for free in Vegas. He owes me so many drinks. He owes me so many freaking drinks.
All right. Well,
Louise,
here we go. Reggie Miller and Spike Lee, 8 points in 9 seconds.
Spike Lee's such a weasel. I'm glad that happened. Kick ass.
And it happened against the LOL Knicks.
Yes.
It's one of the great playoff moments of all time. All time. And then the gesture, whenever you see highlights of NBA playoffs, it's like you can't sit there and think about NBA playoffs without that very moment. It's so kick-ass.
It was wild. We're old enough to watch it. I'm that old. I mean, he was probably 28 years old when that happened.
See, that's how you get your mic cut off. I'm gonna say kick ass because he just skipped over Diaz. Kick ass.
No, there was like tension in the room. You could feel like the Knicks fans yelling, like just wanting Spike Lee to shut the hell up, and he just kept jabbing. And then Reggie, great 30 for 30, 8 points, 9 seconds, amazing. Check out that 30 for 30, Reggie versus the Knicks. It's great.
Go write another bad screenplay.
I thought Spike Lee movies are pretty good.
Okay.
Some of them are.
Sure.
School days.
I thought it was. I actually, from a pure sports moment, it's got to be top 3 for me. It wasn't a game-winning shot. It wasn't Joe Carter.
Well, that's bottom 3 for me.
Yeah. Without it being a buzzer beater or anything like that, just top 3 ultimate sports moments ever. Because it's just nobody will ever do it again.
You have the heckling fan, right? Who just
had the heckling jerk off.
Well, who just so happens to be like this great Hollywood director sitting courtside, going mouth to mouth with this dude that's a Hall of Fame talent.
Both of them could be used to get the football out of the sewer. They're both that skinny.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Making the story about himself, like it was like national news. Reggie's going to Indiana and stuff.
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
wild watching that live, and you're like, oh my god, what just happened?
That's complete and total kick ass
all the way.
Allen Iverson step over Tyronn Lue.
Another great iconic moment. Kick ass.
It's kick ass, but it's so overdone.
It is.
It's so overdone.
It's not overdone. It was the only game we won.
Exactly. That's it. That's all we won.
Well, it'll lead into the next one.
So it loses its luster over the course of time because of that.
Now, I'm going to go next because it's total kick ass and it's not overdone. You want to know why? Because they put him on him to try to stop him and shut him down.
Yeah.
He was following him the entire time. And when he shot and step over him and like there, punk, sit your ass on the bench.
That's right. It's kick ass.
That's why it's kick ass.
It's not over. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You see it a lot. You don't see it a lot just in Philly. That is an NBA moment.
The moment itself.
Like people in California and Chicago, you think of Allen Iverson, you think of him stepping over Tyrone Lue when they were like 15-point underdogs in game 1 of the finals. Great moment.
It's just, let me know who Tyrone Lue is at some point.
It's
Tyronn Lue.
Listen, it's a fantastic moment. But it loses a lot of its luster because they lost 4 straight and they lost the series.
Yeah, but it doesn't lose its luster because the fact that they had Tyronn Lue on him and what he was doing. You have to watch the game to realize what that moment meant.
Oh, he was. Tyronn Lue was in his face the whole time.
The whole time, and they were acting like
he was out there.
It's kind of like the Lance guy when they talk about he's a LeBron stopper.
Oh, Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, Lance Stevenson, and he's blowing in LeBron's ear.
Phil said, "Go out there and just get in his face.
Yeah.
Don't do anything else. That's all you have to do.
You're not relying on any offense.
You don't
just play defense.
No, just waste all your energy covering Iverson. That's it.
Yeah, and see. So that was one of those moments where he really stepped over him pretty much.
Yeah,
and he was hurt the whole time too.
To follow that up, Allen Iverson step over in the new sportsbook commercial.
See, this is where I have a problem. Now you're trying to recreate it 20 years later. It's so cliche. It goes along the same lines as like, oh, yeah, well, why don't you go grab a Geno Steaks and then hop on points bet? No, that's where I have a problem with it. Jackass.
I'd rather deal with Paige Spearnack in those sportsbook.
I'm not sure if I would say kick ass or jackass. He's like laughing when he does it, but I bet whenever they shot that ad, there was real beer there. I bet they were having a good time during that ad. I'm going to say jackass. Iverson's the great. We're best friends.
It's
BFF.
It's mainly jackass because they try to recreate the moment, and this actual owner regime has been trying to reach back the whole entire time instead of creating.
What does it have to do with the commercial?
It sucks.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, you guys are long-winded tonight.
Beer belly.
And by the way, we will eventually tell that story with you and I and Iverson in the suite again at some point.
Like schoolgirls.
There was a lot of other people in the suite. Everybody. All right.
Sure was.
Chill out.
I got him. I got him off his game, didn't I?
Yeah, you got him to laugh.
All right, Louise.
This is great.
Jackass. The Miami Heat's new pink and powder blue uniforms.
The cotton candy uniforms.
Woo!
Worst
Cotton
uniforms.
What is it?
Worst uniforms in sports history, maybe?
It's possible.
Jackass.
That's a great kick-ass or jackass for next week.
Uniforms.
The worst uniforms
I'm in for that.
in sports history.
In sports history, yeah.
We
There've been
might
quite a
need
few.
We might need like a whole hour, like a segment.
Good.
Hour. Let's talk about it.
Good.
Because we're all gonna have our own opinions.
No, I mean, Miami
These would be probably on some
Bourbon Diaz.
Yeah, Bourbon Diaz for sure. Miami Heat or Miami Vice. This is completely pathetic. What kind of uniforms they put out there? And if I ever see Louise wearing one,
he's already worn a Kiko Alonso jersey that's dressed up a lot worse than that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got one.
Yeah, jackass.
Did you ever update your Jimmy Butler jersey?
No, but I have to.
You got to.
I have to.
You got it.
I didn't know if he was going to be there for any length of time, but yeah, he's going to get
He
that.
did say they are awful. He agrees. The previous Miami Vice ones were nuts.
Those were
Louise, don't worry. We're not done with you yet.
We still got you, Louise. They are terrible.
Jackass, god awful.
Jackass, god awful. Okay. And another one for Louise.
This is great.
Dedicated Miami Heat fans leaving the building with minutes left against the San Antonio Spurs.
There's Heat fans? Like real Heat fans?
Well, you're not done as they complete a comeback and Ray Allen
hits a three.
I just thought they were getting in the building for the air conditioning.
I hated that shot by Ray Allen so much.
Did you lose money?
No, I just hated that team. I hated the super team. I hated LeBron at the time. It's jackass.
Now that's one of the more iconic moments, in my opinion, because they blew it. The Spurs wound up blowing it, and they blew the series. Yeah. So they not only blew the game, they blew the series. And the very next game after that, in Game 7,
4 Hall of Famers. Yeah.
Ray Allen's shot was clutch. Miami Heat fans, stay in your seats, damn it.
He said he was there, and that's all that matters.
You were there until there was 3 minutes left in the game, Louise, and you walked out with everyone else.
No, he walked out following some girl.
So she was one of the girls wearing the white pants. I would have followed her too.
Giggity.
It's pretty funny though. Whenever anyone talks about like, oh, Miami sports fans, you're like, you guys, it was the finals. You walked out on your team. Louise, the stadium emptied. You walked out on your team. You're a bunch of frauds. Jimmy sucks.
Whoa.
Man, now I'm talking into the mic.
Oh God,
That's the bourbon talking.
There it is.
Oh, Jack.
Glass is getting empty.
He's
Yeah,
going to be
Jack.
working on the Widow Jane in a minute.
Oh God, jackass.
Thanks, Tank.
Oh, good.
I appreciate that. Jackass. He and I kept this. We managed to go 10 minutes on kick ass or jackass already. LeBron in favor of the play-in game until he had to play in it.
Oh my God. Is he okay? Because he was seeing 3 rims last night. I feel so bad for LeBron James. I'm so sorry he had to go through what he went through last night.
Oh, by the way, Tank, we added something to the studio this week. Jeezy,
Jeezy
you
Powerhouse.
still owe me a bottle of Jameson, you bastard.
Powerhouse, Power 99, iHeartRadio. Nice. Jackass, I hate LeBron for he's so dramatic. I can't stand it.
I used to be a LeBron fan. And then, like, the last 5 or 6 years happened. I am so sick and tired of LeBron James. I can't wait for this guy to retire. Everything that he touches turns into complete and absolute crap. And then he wants to sit here and bash the playing game. Dude, you deserved it because your team sucked when you were out and Anthony Davis. You deserve to play in that game. So quit your whining, jackass.
Obviously, you didn't see my hand up.
Yeah, this
Sorry.
is. I'll have to admit.
Luis Dominguez Jr. Someone stick Diaz in an MCS custom cabinetry closet and throw away the key.
Beautiful.
I'm going to say, what are we talking about again here?
Oh my God.
Dude, how drunk are you?
It's not that I got
You
lost.
had
by
one
the,
sip.
He got stuck in the closet.
I was gonna make a joke about coming out of the closet, and I was like, do I want to embarrass myself? like that?
LeBron James.
Rachel even loves this.
LeBron James is the new Tom Brady. I don't know. Maybe Sam's good.
Yeah.
It's just like he's
Sam
great.
James?
We all get it. He's great.
This show's off the rails.
I'm ready for him to move
It's
on.
kick
I'm ready
ass.
for it.
It's kick ass or jackass.
Jackass.
Okay, thank you, jackass.
Jackass.
I got one more. Just real quick. It's a collective one. Showing Drake in every highlight of every game known to man for the NBA.
Jackass.
What is it?
Toronto,
Why, not even Toronto. He was in all the Lakers highlights last
No,
night.
I actually, you want to hear something funny about Drake? He looked legitimately pissed when Jake from State Farm told him to shut up in that commercial.
Yeah, he did.
When he ate that apple.
Yeah, he ate the apple.
Hey, you don't talk.
You don't talk.
Drake, you're not associated with the NBA. Like, just stop. Stop.
Yeah, and your music sucks.
It
sucks.
If you played a Drake song right now, I wouldn't be able to identify it.
There you go.
I knew I should
Yeah,
have
but-
brought it up.
Side chatter.
The side chatter is you guys listen to what you listen to, and everybody else listens to what they listen to. It's an opinionated art. Continue, sir.
Thank you. Finally, faux.
Moses, baby. Kick ass.
Did you even know that was going to be on the sheet today?
No, I
No.
did not. I did not.
It's pretty good.
Moses is kick ass.
I met Moses like a month before he passed. Kick ass.
Kick
Bill.
ass, kick ass.
Kick ass. Diaz, take over. We got about 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left in this segment. All Sixers, go.
8 minutes. Well, I want to ask Collis's opinion about what he sees for the team. And I'm actually surprised with the rest of you guys because, I think it's fair what Quimby said and what Sack said too. There's a lot of big talk about if they don't win the championship year, it's a wasted season. But I think everyone's it sounds like you guys are, in my opinion, a little realistic where they're not the favorites, even in their own conference. They do have home court, which is great. They can win, but the Nets are favored to win the whole thing, and they're in the conference. Tank, what do you think about this playoff run coming up?
I just want to get out of the second round. Point blank.
You say that all the time. So
Well, no,
good, yeah.
it's point blank. You have to start somewhere, and get and having an unrealistic expectation of them winning the whole thing. If they do win the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm happy. But if they get to, I'm happier if they get there. We can't get over the hump. We went 6 or 7 games with the last couple opponents that we had in the second round. And I'm getting tired of the process taking us to the second round because we had mediocre players taking us to the second round each and every year. So it's to me, get to the finals. And I think once we get to the finals, I think they're not going to be done because if they get over that hump, whoever we play against better watch out. Even if it's the Nets haven't been playing together that long. So.
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses for or positives and negatives, whatever you want to say about the Sixers making it. Sack, I know you have something to say. I just want to talk about some odds though, real quick.
Go for it.
Right now, the Sixers have the best record in the East, so they have home court. They actually have the 6th best odds to win the whole thing. Nets being first, then Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, Bucks. What's weird is they have the second best odds to come out of the East. So they have better odds than the Bucks to come out of the East, but they have lower odds to actually win it all. So it's they're a good team. They have some very obvious flaws. They play together well. They've kind of been the same team. The Nets are injured.
Right.
The Bucks there's a Bucks fatigue possibly from the last couple of years. Giannis is amazing. But before I get to you, I just thought it'd be good. Hey, let's look at the last 20 years since the Sixers were last in the Eastern Conference Finals. How many times has the 1 seed made the finals? It's only happened 5 times in 20 years, starting with the Sixers in 2001, the New Jersey Nets in 2002. We've got the Boston Celtics of 2008 when Garnett first came over.
And Rayon.
Miami, and Rayon, and Miami 2013, one of the teams that the Gobbler loves, and then Cleveland in 2016. So basically, in the last 13 years, if you came out of the East, you didn't make the finals unless you had LeBron on the team. So it's not a guarantee. It's a great position to have, but it's not a guarantee. They gotta step up what they're doing.
I have a question for you. And I don't know, I had to pee, so I stepped away.
Yeah, you just stepped in front of big time. I don't know if you'll be allowed on the show after this, but
Thanks.
okay.
I'm still writing checks. So
that's why I didn't say anything.
We're going over statistics and things like that. I want to know, in your opinion, do you think this team is the best team in the East?
No, I don't think that they're the best team. Brooklyn is the best team, but they haven't played together.
They're the most talented.
They're the most talented, right? And also, their supporting cast is pretty darn good. Blake Griffin was like left for dead. He's not Blake Griffin, all-star, all NBA guy, but as your 6th guy or 5th guy, he's playing pretty well. If they're all healthy and they all can kind of blend along and put a semblance of they have like the historically bad team, like 29th in the league. They're a terrible defense. They're the favorites in the whole freaking thing. They're the favorites over the Lakers and the Jazz and the Suns and everybody. Zach.
My question here, Diaz, is about the lack of it kind of feels like there's a lack of interest in the Sixers as far as them going into the playoffs. I don't really feel the buzz. Like when the Eagles were going in and they were the number 1 seed, there was buzz. The whole city was a buzz. There was flags and everything was all over the place. And then, like when they went to the Super Bowl back in 2004 and all of the Phillies run, I don't feel that buzz with the Sixers going into the playoffs. Like why is that lacking? Like
Quibi's having a seizure.
You want to pick the microphone?
There you go. Okay.
Why does it feel like it's lacking? Is it just because like the last few years with the team have been disappointing? Is it because a lot of people are down on Ben Simmons and what he could possibly do in the playoffs once you get into half-court sets? What is your honest assessment of that?
I think it could be a combination of all those things. I think it's just realistic. Like
I think it was a lot of Brett Brown.
Well,
exactly.
I don't think there was a ceiling with him as the coach.
He couldn't close out.
But we're talking about right now. Why don't we?
But there's no buzz.
There's a couple.
It's because of the last few years with Brett Brown. This team should have exceeded expectations. They should have had more success in the playoffs.
Hold up.
But they haven't, and they didn't because there was a ceiling with Brett Brown. Now, that's the reason why there's no buzz, and I'm excited about it because he's not here.
Well, hold up for a second here. I want to address all that crap maybe at the next segment because that's going to take me way too long. The first reason I think you don't hear any buzz is because you're so knee-deep into Phillies pitching rotations and everything like that.
Not even close. Not even close.
The second thing is I think everyone's kind of realistic. I think you guys are realistic. It's like, listen, having the first seed's great. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It means they got the easiest road. They're going to have to beat probably just one good team to make the finals, right? Nick's cute little story. Tom Thibodeau, what he does is
LOL.
He plays he does this.
Knicks suck, Yankees suck.
Tom Thibodeau does this everywhere. Everyone's like, oh, he's such a great coach. What he does is he plays every game like a playoff game. He plays all his starters, crazy long minutes. He doesn't use his bench that much. They get tired of him after 3 years.
I don't care about the Knicks. What is there a lack of buzz for the Sixers?
Because they're
the number 1
Missouri.
seed.
They're the show me state.
They're the number 1 seed. People should be getting excited and getting on board right now. There should be flags on cars on the highways. There should be people calling.
Hold on. I got your point.
They're not doing that.
I'm telling you why. I think because the first round it doesn't mean anything. It's first round.
Let me give you guys something that I put out the other day on Fox Sports, the Gamblers Twitter page at FoxPHL Gambler. We had a poll that said, as we start start the NBA playoffs. Should the Sixers fans be nervous about their upcoming playoff run? And the answers were yes from past heartache. No, they are too good. 59% said no, they are too good. But there's still 41% that said they're nervous.
I would have thought I would have thought that number would have been higher.
Right.
But
honestly.
it's still that 41%.
That's 60% say they're in favor. That's a pretty damn good.
Yeah,
number.
I thought that was surprising too.
The one thing that I think that the fans are tired of is that we continue to get to the second round. So they feel like it's kind of the same thing right now. So they're waiting till you get past the second round.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. Basically, that's all it is.
And we're going to talk more about this, DS. We'll get back to you when we come back from break. What do you have when we come back on the second segment?
Well, I want to continue this and just talk about kind of what's going on around the league and what we should watch out in this first round. I agree with Tank. It's wait and see. Everyone's like, let's see us get past the second round, and then I'm in.
Gotcha. All right, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry for all of your residential contractor needs. MCSinc-PA.com. Back with more Sixers talk right after this.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stop of thoughts and dreams that scatter. When you pull them all together, and how I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true. On a night when they breathe become a screamer, when the messing with the dreamer, I can laugh it in the face, twist and shout my way out and wrap yourself around me, 'cause I ain't the way you found me, and I'll never be the same. Oh yeah, well, 'cause you make my dreams come true. Listen to this. I'm down on my daydream. Oh, that sleepwalk should be over by now. I know. Oh, you. Yeah, yeah. You make my dreams come true. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for you, girl. Oh, yeah. You make my dreams come true. Me, you, I'm waiting for you, girl. Oh, you make my dreams come true.
Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler, Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. Check them out at mcsinc-pa.com or call them at
484-202-3656. That's 484-202-3656.
excellent. Thank you, sir.
10% off.
10% off.
10% off.
Any of your residential contracting needs, if you mention the Green Legion, you get 10% off. It's huge, you guys. It's huge. All right. More Sixers talk. Let's keep going, DS.
All right. Well, I want to say this. I want to blast it out to everybody in town. The Brooklyn Nets. This is a battle for the soul of sports, and the Brooklyn Nets are the biggest. They're the evil empire. We do not want sports to be like this. Sack. When we make fun of each other for our respective favorite sports, he says these super teams and all that stuff. And the Brooklyn Nets. Listen, we can't. The Nets cannot win like this. They have played 7 games with their big 3 together. 8 games. 8 games. They cannot win. If they win, then you're right. The whole regular season means nothing. The seeding means nothing. This is for the battle of the soul of sports.
Diaz, you've never done too many hype speeches, have you?
I just go out and win.
I was just asking.
See, normally you have to build up towards it. Diaz just came right out like balls on fire.
Because it's kind of like that one guy's like, "Come on, we got to get it together." They're like, "Dude, this is the first quarter."
We're going streaking through the quad to the gymnasium.
I just want to be very clear. The Nets are evil.
You think KFC is still open?
It's cold out there, Frank?
Hey, wait. Why do we keep going back there?
Because your speech was a little weird.
Because your definition of 6 inches and your wife's definition are 2 entirely different elements.
How does that have to do with the Brooklyn Nets being the evil empire?
The difference between a ruler and a yardstick.
We have to find the soul of this team again.
No, it's a battle for the soul of sports.
You knew I was going invincible, didn't you, Sam?
That was kind of
all right, Diaz, get back on your soapbox.
Come on, baby.
Don't get on your soapbox. Just tell us more about the Sixers and things that are going on in this playoffs.
Well, you had mentioned Brett Brown before, Quimby, and I understand it was just like when we rip on each other, Sack, on Twitter about Kapler and Girardi. It was time for Kapler to go, and I agree, and I could see that. It was time for
Kapler to go when he walked into town.
Okay,
big time.
Thanks. It was also time for Brett Brown to go.
Get back on his spaceship and his leopard skin thong.
Everybody was real happy with Doc Brown. Doc Brown. Hey, we're stateside.
All he heard was get back on his spaceship, and all of a sudden Diaz went to Back to the Future.
Yeah, Marty.
Wow,
it's not you, Marty. It's your kids.
Freudian slipper. I don't know.
You got to do something about your kids.
It's
not you. It's your kids.
She married a black guy.
You were the one that made me buy these damn things.
But seriously, get back to Brett Rivers.
You can have it.
Well,
no, Joan Rivers. Let's talk about Joan Rivers.
So Doc Rivers gets hired. Everyone's like, oh, I think that the team had most of its success by actually just picking up pieces that made sense in Seth Curry, Danny Green, having complementary pieces around Embiid primarily and Simmons to a lesser degree. Doc Rivers is a better coach than Brett Brown. He's the 9th winningest coach in NBA history. He's a better coach. That said, you want to change,
but nothing compares to Devontae Davis making it to the Eagles.
That's true. Yeah. Good. Have another one. I was going to say Mike Jaminski.
Mike Golick.
I'm like, I thought it was a Mike
Jaminski and Doc Brown.
I actually won't leak this information. But joining us at our tailgate at Caesar's Pool will be Bob and Mike Golick.
Yeah! That is gold.
They're my dogs.
Oh, man.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
the college years with Bob Golick.
That's good news, dude.
But Bob Golick has been very pivotal in our Vegas trip.
Oh, cool.
To be honest with you. So
great, Mike Scott. That's great, Louise. That's very adorable.
Great, Mike Scott.
Very, very. But Doc Rivers. All right, Doc Rivers won a championship. He's great. He's better than Brett Brown. I'm not defending Brett Brown. But even before the Sixers brought him up, serious questions about Doc Rivers coaching in the playoffs. Last year, he had a 3-1 lead against the Nuggets with Kawhi and Paul George, and they blew that lead.
Second one.
He doesn't like to make adjustments. I think he's the only coach to blow 2-3-1 leads in the last 20 years or something like that.
So he's
he's the only one in history to blow.
NBA history.
Yeah,
not really. Didn't the Sixers blow one to the what is it?
Two.
No. To blow two separate 3-1 leads.
Yeah.
So he was on the court. Okay.
Well, he's the head coach. So
yeah, but you don't want to make Brett Brown.
Well, no. So I'm saying Brett Brown. Time to go. Doc Rivers. I'm happy that Doc Rivers is here. He's better than Brett Brown, but we got to watch how he runs this bench. Who's coming in? Who
you said? Howie?
How
free?
You know.
No Eagles Freudian slips here, sir.
Thank you, sir. So deepest apologies for this, but you just got through with Brett Brown. You gave Brett Brown another year. So what the hell are you talking about? Let Doc Rivers coach and shut the hell up.
I know. I hear it. I'm just saying these are some things that Doc Rivers carried from his last stint, and they're not. He's better than Brett Brown, but it's something to pay attention to.
So what is the difference between Doc Rivers and Brett Brown?
Well, with Brett Brown,
Doc and close games.
Doc and close games,
and Doc
in the playoffs.
And one of them has a title and has been to 2.
I'm not defending Brett Brown. I'm saying he's a better coach than Brett Brown.
Then move on from the coach. Then.
So what I'm saying is
move on to the players.
We're trying to find things to watch in the first round. Right? In the
move
first
on to
round,
the players.
we're watching about Doc coaching and how he handles adjustments. The second thing is in this first round, they should really sweep this team, whoever it is, Washington or Indiana, but they were the second best defensive team in the league, behind fractions of a point behind the Lakers, except they were 29th in transition defense. So that means they give up a lot of fast breaks, and they're not going to win a title if they are 29th in the league in transition defense. So in the first round, let's watch Doc coaching and that transition defense.
No, would you say Doc's coaching? How about how about you put the onus on the players coming in shape, coming in and doing what they have to do? This is a job. This is not tiddlywinks.
Embiid's been in the best shape of his life.
I agree.
Do you know why Embiid's been in the best shape of his life?
Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays?
No, because Doc said, how many MVPs have you seen out of shape? How many MVPs have you seen out of shape? It's little stuff like that.
Shaquille O'Neal?
I'm happy Doc is here. I'm trying to find a reason that we should pay attention to in the first round. That's all I'm trying to do.
Pay attention to the players.
Yeah, the players are going to be fine. The players are going to be good.
Let me ask you a question.
What we need to pay attention to is that nobody takes a stupid injury in one of these
that too. Yeah,
by overexerting themselves when they shouldn't have to.
You're dunking on,
it was against Washington.
I was about to say it was against Washington.
What did you call that?
Traffic cones. Don't get hurt when you're playing traffic cones. So
exactly.
I agree. But
now that is not to say don't play hard, because if you take off your game, and I'll also tell you, the second that you try to relax is when you get injured in professional sports. You play hard, but you don't have to be completely aggressive in your first round, or you shouldn't have to.
Hero ball.
Yeah, you don't have to. This is what you do. You go out there, you play as hard as you can. You don't take those extra. If you get tired or winded, it's the people on the bench. Make sure they come in, because the moment you get fatigued,
we got a pretty deep bench.
Yeah,
man.
That's what I'm saying. If you get fatigued, the injuries happen when you get fatigued and start being lazy.
Diaz, I'm sorry. Regards to that, where would you rank our bench as far as depth goes around the rest of the league?
Top.
It's the best. A top 5. A top 5. Dwight Howard had to sit a game last week because of his technical.
And I was going to say that Dwight Howard, keep a level head on your shoulders, because we're going to need you in the playoffs. We don't want you to cost the Sixers a game with your stupidity.
That's right. And his surprise face every time they call it, like he's a marked man. He's a marked man. He's a marked man. They're looking
Draymond Green.
Yes, he's whatever do you mean?
Whatever do you mean?
Really off the bench. Dwight Howard is the 11th guy. Like if you go starting 5 and then the 11th guy, and then Maxi's 12, and then you never have to see Mike Scott ever again. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Mike Scott can't be in
Mike Scott needs to be in the rotation. Maxi.
You want Mike Scott out there on the court?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Oh God,
yeah.
No.
Why?
No, I don't want.
Why not?
Because he stinks.
He's actually pretty good.
He's a liability.
If he doesn't hit threes, he's like.
I want Mike Scott from The Office out there, the regional manager. I'd rather have him on the court than Mike Scott.
I see you guys don't watch and know who plays the power forward position. He's also a 3-point threat, and he handles business.
He stinks.
What's his shooting percentage this year?
But
he's not had a good year.
I said on Baseball Brunch this past Sunday, because they asked about Scott Kingery, and I pulled out the King of Prussia Diner ad, and I started reading. I was like, this is where you should apply.
Speaking about the Scott King of Prussia Diner.
But it's like I think you're going to need everybody on this team to play a specific role. And if Mike Scott has to come off the bench and take one of those technical fouls for Dwight Howard, you're going to need everybody. Everybody has a role. If you're trying to go for a championship, just listen to the way the guys are talking. The guys are doing more. I like the way they're talking, because they're practicing more.
They're practicing hard this week. They said.
Well, not so much hard, but it's the things that they're attention to detail. There's more
That
attention to
means
detail.
nothing to me.
Not to
They're
me.
practicing hard this week.
No,
What are you going to practice soft?
No. What means a lot to me is the attention to detail, to stay after practice, to work on your free throws and your jumpers. And that stuff to me makes a lot of sense. Go
Brian Walden. Hey, Sam, I'm recruiting for Shut Up Diaz Nation.
Next Brian Walden comment: baseball sucks, Quimby.
You know, it doesn't suck. Bud Light baseball brunch Sundays 11 to 12.
That's
Boom,
right.
shakalaka,
Bud Light. Hey, Brian Walden, you coming out to Bud Light baseball brunch tailgate party number 1 this Sunday at Xfinity Live from 9 a.m. to 1
I'll tell you
p.m.
what,
Featuring-
Brian Walden, just because you have been a great proponent, great supporter.
That's my dog.
You come out on Sunday, it's on me.
Ah, look at that.
Hey,
Going down.
Hey, look at that, Walden.
go.
You're
Come
being
on
jerky.
down.
Quimby buys you a tailgate. That's
But
the
he's-
key to his heart.
He's been a jerk to you, so he
Yeah,
hopes that
Diaz has never bought me a goddamn thing.
I will say,
Can I
Hollis,
get away with that?
No.
Hollis, you said, talk about the players.
Really?
In the first round, I think that
Still,
Still,
the Democrats are in office. Nobody gives a crap about
it's
God.
Nothing
Not about
to
them.
do with your
you're
political
taking,
affiliation.
you're taking the Lord's name in vain. You have to say "got." Not, you have to say "got."
Whatever, man.
or Gat.
Yeah.
Hollis, you were
Whoa.
saying.
You know how much
talk
I
about-
believe in religion.
Hey, side chatter over
Yeah,
there.
Thank you.
Side chatter. Side chatter.
Dude, they were killing you last week. I was
Yeah,
almost
it was
embarrassed
great.
for
It
you.
was great. Hollis, you asked about players. I don't think it's going to be kind of hard in this first round. I think Danny Green is a pro. He's going to show up to play. Seth Curry, he's going to have to pull the trigger a little bit faster.
Right.
But the 2 big guys, or the 3 big guys, are triple guys.
What is Seth?
Curry.
What's he hitting from beyond the arc? It's
He's
ridiculous.
like 9th in the league. It's like 45%.
yeah.
Like that.
But he's
Mike Scott's hitting 34%. So, there goes your 3-and-D guy. So
Nobody was saying that.
But 45%. I mean, that's
But
one
see,
out of
this
2.
is the thing, though. He winds up so slow, and it's so frustrating. You watch him.
Well,
he gets
they
the
should
ball-
be able to move the ball around fast enough to get him an open
No,
jump.
but what he does is if he's not standing there wide open, he takes
Yeah.
a dribble, takes a step, 1 step in front of the 3-point line and shoots him there. Now he makes a lot of those. He's a good shooter.
45%.
Yeah, 45. That's what I
Tremendous,
said.
yes.
But it's like, man, pull the trigger because some of the criticism
So
about him is he
I-
never takes bad shots. He only
I-
takes them when he's wide open.
I got a question for you, Diaz. Why should he listen to you?
I just want him to shoot faster. I want him to shoot less long 2s and more 3s.
Diaz, to wrap this up a little bit, what do you have on the Sixers and this playoff run?
I would say it's going to be a big disappointment for me personally and for everybody if they do not make it the finals. I think we're all in agreement in this room. If they lose to the Bucks or the Nets in 6 or 7 games or something like that, I mean, recent history.
I
says
think we
that's how it
expect
is.
that.
I don't. I think we've got Game 7. I think the Sixers believe if they had home court against Toronto with the Kawhi series, they would have won that game. They won all the home games, lost all the road games.
It was 1 bounce away.
I know, and I think they feel if they had
They were not going to win that in overtime.
They would have won that series if Embiid didn't have the poops.
if they were at home. If they had home court.
Hey, listen.
And we have home
Fact
court.
is-
I think they should win.
Fact is, Tony Palmer and I were the only 2 Sixers fans in that stadium that day. Anyway, real quick, as we're talking about, possibility of New York.
Oh, that drunken clam. Why couldn't we go someplace fancy, like the Olive Garden? Oh, the breadsticks. Me likey breadsticks. Me likey. You're a big girl now. Stop it.
Hold on, Lois. Excuse me, New Yorker. I think you're in my seat, and I had sex with your mother last night.
Peter, are you crazy?
What did you say? Oh, about the sheet or about my plowing your father's wife?
What the hell are you doing?
Excuse me, is your refrigerator running? Because if it is, it probably runs like you. Very homosexually. What?
How, you want to dance?
Get suck, Yankee suck, Nick suck.
Was there a Mets in there, though?
No.
Krypton sucks.
Krypton sucks. Anyway, we have a tribute song to Carson Wentz coming up right now as we go to break here on Bud Light Green Legion Radio, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. We'll be back here on Fox Sports The Gambler right after this.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On the stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for wings of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Go to baseball. All right, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. For all of your residential contractor needs, go to mcsinc-pa.com or call the office at
484-202-3656. That's 484-202-3656.
Make sure you mention the Green Legion. You will get 10% off of your order. This could be an addition to your home. This could be a new kitchen. Trust me, it is a great savings, and you guys want to take advantage of that as well. Make sure you download the iHeartRadio app so you can listen to all 4 Green Legion radio shows, the flagship show, Green Legion Radio, Baseball Brunch, and somebody just hit a knock because
someone hit a bomb.
Yeah. Ice to Short Twitter
Rojas.
Sports and Get Tagged Happy Hour, powered, of course, by Green Legion Radio. So why don't we go to a little sack attack here? And not a sack attack, but Phillies are still kind of hanging in there. I think they're playing better than we thought they would, to be honest with you.
Right on par with where you would think they are.
You know what? All right, let me rephrase that. I thought that the NL East would be playing better than they have been.
That's correct. Yes.
So
yeah, the NL East has been a large disappointment this year across the whole board. It's only a matter of time though before some of these teams are going to pick it up, and the Phillies are lucky right now that they're still in this thing, which I think.
And they're not healthy.
They're not healthy, and that's been a big problem over the last week. I mean, JT and Bryce and Didi now going on the injured list. They're struggling with injuries, and then hey, Thursday night, which everyone knows we record on Thursday night, so right now you're listening to us on Saturday afternoon, getting ready for the Phillies Red Sox game, and Vince Velasquez gets scratched from his start 15 minutes beforehand, and David Hale has to pitch, which what the hell, he just gave up a just gave up a bomb to Miguel Rojas, but
that's a big time hashtag.
Yeah, without a doubt. But listen, they're still hanging around. I mean, they're one game back of the Mets. They're 2 games up on the Braves in the division right now. They have to get better on the road. That continues to be where they struggle. They still haven't been able to string consecutive winning series together. I had this the other day on Baseball Brunch. Consecutive winning series together since
Get suck, Yankee suck, Nick suck.
Exactly. Since the summer of 2019. It's been 2 years since they've been able to win back-to-back series on the road. Now, they won 2 series on the road in September 2019, but they had 6 home games in between, so I don't count that. All right. So it's been a big problem with the road, and they're coming up again. They're going to be on the road until mid-June, like coming up right after the Red Sox series. They have to get themselves together. We have to get on a hot streak here. 5 wins in a row a couple weeks ago was nice. They haven't won 6 in a row since 2018. 6 in a row since 2018. They haven't won 7 in a row since September 2012. Quincy. They have to get hot at some point.
Well, that's the statistic I'm looking for, because it's basically the 2011 season was the last time they were relevant.
Yeah, they finished 500 in 2012.
12 was not.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of injuries that year. I mean, Doc started to fall apart, and Cliff Lee didn't win his first game until 4th of July. And then Chase Utley wasn't back until the end of May, early June, and then Howard wasn't back until June. So yeah,
what are we going to do about this starting pitching rotation? Anderson is obviously shown
he's got 1 start left in him, because they're going to see how he does in his next start, which very well is going on this weekend. So that
bet the over
all day.
Fox
every day.
Sports a gambler.
What they've been doing
bet
is
the over.
They've been lining up down in the minors, though, is when he's making his starts, Spencer Howard is making his starts in AAA.
Yeah.
So he's got 1 more in his belt, because his ERA went from mid-5 to 8.72 in his last start, when he only lasted an inning and a third.
Spencer Howard coming up.
Yes.
All right. Is this going to be a situation, and I'm going to fail on this kid's name, came up out of the farm system, glasses, went 8-0.
Vance Worley.
Oh,
all right.
the Vanimal.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm friends with him on social media, even though
you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. Are you Facebook friends?
Yeah.
Facebook friends?
Yeah.
Hey, on Facebook. I saw
But
him on Facebook.
This guy with AI.
Is this a better situation? Because when Vance started, all right, he came in the beginning of the season. He went 8-0. Up to the All-Star break, and then he got shelled.
Yeah, and everyone's like, he should be an All-Star. How is he not an All-Star?
But is it basically that a lot of these teams don't have any scouting reports on him, or how does that take place? And is Spencer Howard going to suffer from the same thing? Is this what happens when these kids come up? You got great arms coming up out of the farm system, and all of a sudden they do well, and all of a sudden they go right down the crapper.
Well, Spencer Howard he's the number 1 prospect in the whole system. Vance Worley was not expected to do what he did. Joe Blanton went down, and then he came into a rotation that had Roy Halladay, Roy Oswalt, Cliff Lee, and Cole Hamels. There were no expectations, and at the time, the team could hit.
Right.
So Spencer Howard coming up here, I'd like to think he's going to be here the rest of the season, and he's going to pitch well.
Tank.
But
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. We're just making sure you're still with us.
But
I'm still with you guys.
He's
I'm
promo
getting-
tank over here. The Phillies are still.
I'm getting people for the baseball brunch.
That's
My man.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Is the same thing?
He's still trying. The Phillies want to keep him on an innings limit. He hasn't been able to get through a full minor league season yet. So I think him coming up here is a nice stopgap until you can possibly make a move at the trade deadline. But the Phillies don't have a lot in their farm system to where they can go out and make a big splash, nor should they.
Mets suck, Yankees suck, Knicks suck.
Absolutely. So we'll see. I mean, I think Chase Anderson has one more start in him before they have to make a big decision about moving on from him. But hey, hopefully Vince Velasquez is a one-stop deal right with it here with the start. But we'll see how things go from there.
Real quick before we end the show, Tank.
Yes, sir.
You want to talk about big dog Ryan Kerrigan?
Ryan Kerrigan, yes. He has 95 and a half sacks. He's been a thorn in our ass since he played for
the worst.
Since he played for actually, the best way that I can describe it is I'm going to take you guys back to when 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys back really quickly to when they first started Vitae. The first thing I was at an appearance. The first play of the game, I'm signing an autograph. I look up on the big screen. And all of a sudden, I see Ryan Kerrigan run around and tear the jersey off of Carson Wentz.
I remember that.
All I said was, damn! Oh, sorry. And I was around a couple of hundred people who were watching the game and stuff. So he's a consummate professional. He's a big guy, and he does what he needs to do. And I feel like it's a great pickup. One of those type of mercenaries that I was thinking of that we had to go out and get. So that's what I think of Ryan Kerrigan. And he's actually at 95 and a half sacks. He had 5.5 sacks last year, and only a spot duty coming off injury. I like us getting him now because this is his second year after injury, so he'll be at full throttle.
I think it's great too. I mean, it was obvious, the time was up with him. They drafted 4 defensive linemen.
Montez Sweat. They got Chase Young. They got the kid Allen from Alabama. So it's
that doesn't mean. By the way, breaking news here for the Thursday night taping: Zach Wheeler just pinch hitting for the Phillies
in the third
inning.
Awkward.
Anyway, continue, sir.
No, I was putting a bow on it.
Let me put a bow on this.
Mets suck, Yankees suck, Knicks suck.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say something here about the Phillies, and then you guys can.
Real quick, Kerrigan 5.5 sacks last year. Still productive.
Spot duty.
Yeah,
spot duty.
36% of the snaps.
He's the Eagles version of Chris Long.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
It's the same coming. Each guy that we've brought here in this situation, their pass rushing ability has went up about 10 to 12%. So if we could get that out of him and teach us
take 6.5 sacks.
Yeah, teach the other guys how to be professionals, because that's what he is, a consummate professional, then I think it's a great signing.
Absolutely.
Did you have something?
Oh, no, Mama Nutmaker says, hey, Tank.
Yeah.
Hey.
And a year ago, when you decided that you would become part of the Green Legion family,
I read that whole comment.
No idea.
I read the whole
that
comment.
We would just accept you, even when your mother had to take you.
My mom commented
in the Dominican.
My mom commented on the Facebook post a year ago and said, congratulations, and you apologized in advance.
Yes.
So, see, that still holds true.
Crystal ball.
Well, she told
there.
Miss Nutmaker told me to call her Susan. So, hello, Susan.
Slash did get a trip to Punta Cana out of it, so you can't complain.
What are you talking about?
Full advantage.
He paid full price.
I did pay full price. Come on,
bastard.
Just like everybody else should.
Anybody have anything they want to get off their chest? And if so, 10 seconds.
I think Diaz had something. No one wants to hear what I have to say.
All right, that was less than 10 seconds and terrible.
Let's go Sixers.
Yeah, go
Jimmy
Sixers,
sucks.
everybody. You guys, make sure you check out Baseball Brunch, Bud Light Baseball Brunch tomorrow here on Fox Sports The Gambler from 11 to 12 p.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. as well. Make sure you sign up for the Baseball Brunch tailgate, the Bud Light Baseball Brunch tailgate. Go to greenlegion.com, click on trips and tailgates, sign up 4 hours of unlimited brunch, excellent Bud Light Seltzer, Bud Light, and Michelob Ultra, Goose Island IPA, mimosas,
and bacon,
and stateside vodka drinks. Everyone, it's going to be and bacon, which you can put in drinks.
Yes,
it's going to be 90 degrees. We got a patio, we got a bar, we got seltzers,
and we have no more time. So,
also, if you're there and I see you running on the field in the Phillies game, I'm gonna get Tank on you.
Yeah. That's it. Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler on another Saturday afternoon. We appreciate you joining us. Brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential, MCS Construction, MCS Custom Cabinetry. Make sure you check them out at mcsinc-pa.com. Everybody, we will see you next week.
Ever since I was a tiny boy, I don't want no candy, I don't need no toy. I took a stick and an old coffee can, I bang on that thing till I got busted on it because I don't want to work. I want to bang on it all day. Yes, I do. I don't want to play. I just want to bang on it all day. When I get older and think I'm a fool, the teacher told me I should stay at the school. She called me pounding on the desk with my head, but my legs were so high, I made the teacher want to dance, and that's why I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. Hey, why not? I don't want to play. I just want to bang on the drum all day. I'm gonna bang now.
Appreciate you being with us, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday for baseball brunch, Monday for Get Tank, Tuesday for Ice to Shorts, nice, and Thursday again. Have a good one, you guys.